Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another... Wait, something's wrong. That's not right. Yeah, that's much better. As some of you may know already, I moved into my new apartment, so that means new background, new studio, or once I will be done with it, because right now it's just a camping temporary desk and some boxes laying around. So it's not that really sexy, but as soon as I'm done with it, I will show you, and I can't wait to show you the final result. So as you may know, here on this channel, I am documenting my journey learning music production and sharing everything about it with you. One of the things that I like to share with you is the resources that I used to learn, and it happens that last month in August, I took an online masterclass with BLANKS to learn more about songwriting and music production. Since the last 6 months, I learned a lot about music production, but my main goal is to be able to write my own lyrics for my song and sing on them. So that is why I chose this class. If you don't know who BLANKS is, he's a musician and YouTuber who does challenges like remaking popular songs in 1 hour or making songs with his followers. So if you want to learn more about this class, in this video I will tell you everything you need to know about it. I will show you what we learned, what we made, the progress and results, so you can know if the class would be a good fit for you or not. So make sure to stay until the end of the video and let's go! So Monthly is a platform that offers online masterclasses, and the whole concept of it is to commit to one intense month of learning. In the BLANKS masterclass, you will be guided throughout the month with pre-recorded videos, and at the end you will have 3 songs made. So every day you have tasks to do. It can be watching a few videos or continue working on your song, like creating the chord progression, for example. And then you have little milestones where a part of your project is due. For example, you can have 3 days to make the chorus and then hand off your project, and then you have, let's say, 4 days to make the arrangement and then hand off your project, and so on until you finish your song. It works this way to keep you very productive and accountable along the month, but also so you can receive feedback because you are put in a peer group of around 20 people. So every time you hand off a project, you can receive feedback, but you can also give feedback to the other students. So one of the questions I got the most was about the vocals. How do I get the vocals? But this class is about songwriting, not just music production, so you are expected to write your own lyrics and sing on your own song. So it's actually not like the Kygo masterclass where you are given vocals to work with. This time you have to sing on it. Now let's talk about levels. Honestly, monthly classes are so well done that they are especially great for beginners because you are really guided step by step to make your song. I found that this one was a bit more advanced and a bit more technical than the one with Kygo, but still nothing crazy, you know. It's, I think, great for every level. So yeah, I'd say it's great for beginners and intermediate especially, or people that just want to learn more about songwriting to create their own songs. There is one video before starting the class where someone runs you through a basics, like fundamentals of music software, and BLANKS also really sit down quite a while to talk about the basics of music theory, so you won't be lost there. Also, when you enroll for the class, they ask you your level that you have to self-assess. And I think it's just to distribute equally in levels all the peer groups, which I think was a great idea because that's definitely an update since last time I took a monthly class, and I thought it really helped with the peer group. Now BLANKS uses Logic Pro. I don't, I use FL Studio. And I didn't have any problem to follow his class. Same when I took the one with Kygo, he was using Logic, I was using FL. No problem. Like, the classes are more about following their creative process rather than like technical details on how to use the DAW. So any DAW works, to be honest, even free ones. I'll just put a list of free ones that you can use just right here. So now talking about the gear. The only difference with Kygo's class and the actual gear that you would need compared to that class is a microphone to record your vocals. Although if you can have a microphone, BLANKS was saying that you can just use your phone to record your vocals, so it would totally work for now. Obviously, something to listen properly to the music as well would be great, like headphones or speakers, but if you just have your laptop speakers, it'll be fine to start. I also have a MIDI keyboard, which I use quite often because I really prefer to create music with my keyboard rather than painting the notes in the DAW. But this is definitely not necessary, it's just additional. It's just a personal preference, I guess, as well. Otherwise, everything can be done inside the DAW. Now that we covered the basics, let's start with the first 2 weeks of the masterclass. Alright, so to get you started with songwriting and music production, the first project you have to do is a cover. and you have 2 weeks to do it. As Blank says, the best way to learn is to learn from the best, so by doing a cover, you're able to see how songwriting works, how music production works, and it's a great way to start. I chose to cover Lonely by Justin Bieber. It is a very emotional song, and I really like those songs at the moment, but I also had an idea of it since a while in my head, so that's why I chose this one. I really wanted to go for something emotional and very powerful to amplify or intensify the lyrics. So on the first day, I watched a few of the video tutorials and I started on my song by recording all the chord progressions on the piano. Then the way Blanks teaches it is that you record the thickest part of the song first, which is the chorus in this case, meaning that he adds all the instruments that are needed for the chorus part, so at the arrangement stage he has everything to work with. The theory behind this is that once you have the thickest part of the song done, you have all your elements to do your arrangement. You just need to distribute all of them along the song. I personally really like this way of working because it is also the same workflow that I learned when I started with Kaigo. So after a few days, this step was done and without any trouble really. But what I really like is that Monthly and Blanks really pushed you to add way more instruments than I would have had alone, because you can still remove them after. They really wanted you to experiment and try new instruments just to make it sound full. And I have to be honest, this is where I really improved in this class. I would have had way less on my own, and this is what really pushed my production to the next level. I really were able to achieve that full sounding sound, and I was really happy with that. So after this, I made the arrangement and I handed off my project. So until now, I was pretty much in my comfort zone, nothing complicated, no problem. I was really happy of how the instrumental sounded, but it didn't last very long because now is the time to sing. Now, I really like to sing. I sing all the time. But I'm a shower singer, and that's it. That's the extent of my singing experience. And I was also really shy to have people around me in the house hearing me sing. But I decided to kick myself and move myself and just go for it and stop thinking about the judgment. And so I did. It was really hard, but I really wanted to conquer that, fear of judgment and just get on with it. So at the beginning, I really struggled as well, like to get set up and to record the vocals, like to set up everything in my DAW. It was really complicated, but the more I was doing it and the more the days were passing, the more it was comfortable and the more I was like, it gets easier. So to show you the progress and so you can laugh a little bit, we're not gonna lie, here's the first time that I ever recorded myself singing.
Everybody knows my name now, but something bad, it still feels strange. Like looking in a mirror, trying to steady yourself and seeing somebody else.
Yeah, that's not really good. It was pretty bad and I was pretty shy. But after a few days of redoing it, I was able to record them in a more distant way and also to record the background vocals, the doubles, the harmonies, and here's a little snippet of the final cover song.
Everybody knows my past now, like my house was always made of glass. And maybe that's the price you pay for the money and fame at an early age. And everybody saw me sick, and it felt like no one gave a shit. They criticized the things I did as an idiot kid.
So there you go. First time pretty much ever that anyone's gonna hear me sing on YouTube. All good. What am I doing? Alright, so please be nice in the comments. I'm really showing you this to really show you from the beginning, like just to inspire you to just get over your fear and just to show you that it is the only way to, well, remove your fears and just improve and get better. Now, I also have to be honest, it was really hard for me to mix the vocals because the mixing treatment that he did on his voice obviously couldn't work for mine having a female voice. But luckily, a good friend of mine, TG Rage again, took some of his precious time to show me how to treat female vocals. So after a few days struggling, I was able to mix the vocals and finish the song and handed off my project on time. So in the end, I'm pretty happy with the result. I thought I was gonna completely mess up on the vocals, but for first time ever, I'd say it's decent. So yeah, I don't know, I was happy. Let me know what you think in the comments. And now let's go for the first original song. Alright, so for this second song, I wanted to try something completely different and completely out of my comfort zone. I really wanted to go for a happy, upbeat, kind of like road trip type of song who uses like a lot of guitars as the main element, because I still didn't use guitars as the main instrument in a song. So in the lessons, Blanks start by showing you how he comes up with chord progressions by using a little bit more of music theory. But really, trust me, it's nothing crazy, it's really still basic stuff. There, it took me a couple hours to come up with a chord progression that I was happy with, because I had never had to invent a happy chord progression for some reason. But luckily, I found one that I was really happy with and I went with it. So once again, after this, you watch him make his thickest part of the song, which is the chorus, and then it's your turn to do it. There, once again, I took his advice and tried to really push myself to add way more to achieve that full sounding sound. And it worked and I was really happy with it. For the guitar part, as I'm not good enough at recording guitar, I just recorded the melody that I wanted using my MIDI keyboard, and I sent this recording to a friend of mine called Joel, and he recorded the guitar for me. So at this point, this is what I had. Then I made the arrangement and I felt super inspired, like it went super easy, but the main thing is I was having a blast. I was having so much fun on this song. I don't know why, maybe because I was happy or because it was completely different of what I used to do, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. One thing as well I wanted to mention is Blank's passion for music, and like he's always like overexcited. It's really contagious, and I think it really makes the whole experience of this month of learning way better. But now is the time to start writing some lyrics and record some vocals. I really enjoyed the video tutorials about these because it was the process almost not edited, so you really saw his process on how he comes up with vocals and like how his thought process is about it, and you even see him like struggles a little bit. So yeah, this was really insightful and really interesting to see. So after taking some notes, I started the process myself of writing some lyrics, and to my big surprise, it went super easy. I came up with the verse and pre-choruses in one evening. I thought I was going to struggle so much, but I really didn't. And I think it's probably because of how much insights and how much process you see in this video. The way he taught it is basically to put the instrumental you have on loop and just start writing some words or sentences that the song makes you think about or how it makes you feel like. And he also uses his phone a lot to just like mumble some words or mumble some like vocal melodies. So yeah, it was really interesting and I used that a lot as well, and it was pretty easy in the end. So after writing the verse and pre-choruses, I was really tired, so I decided to record everything that I had made on my phone to not forget it and to stop there, which was a huge mistake. I should have never done that. When I went back to the song 2 days later to do the chorus part, I was completely stuck. I just couldn't come up with anything. I had like zero idea, literally zero idea. And I think it's because I was completely out of the vibe that I was in the couple days before. But that's okay, it's a lesson learned. Hard learned, but it's learned. So then I decided to settle on one idea for the chorus, but I wasn't really happy with the lyrics. I think it could have been way better. But the vocal melody I think still worked, so that was fun. Another thing I learned is not knowing my voice yet. As I don't know my voice yet, I haven't sang before, I think I probably didn't choose the easiest key of the song like for my voice. Like for example, you'll hear that the verses were pretty low for me to record. But once again, it was really good to learn all this and to start getting into songwriting and singing. So yeah, it's just a lot of lesson learned for next time. And now here's a little preview of the song I wrote.
You make me nervous, you shattered my shell. It's like I've fallen under your spell. I'm fighting to keep my heart inside my chest. Your cheeks, your curls, your lips are my weakness. You caught my attention forever. You stole the show, got me to surrender. You say that love will never disappear. Baby, I hope you're looking for the real deal.
Alright, so for this last week, this time we had only 1 week to make our third song, which is another original song. As the month progresses, you have less projects in between and less time to do your song, because you're supposed to getting better and faster. It is a challenge, but this is what is really good about monthly. It keeps you productive and you learn a lot real quick. For the video lesson, it is a video of more than 3 hours of the whole process of Blanks creating his third song from scratch, almost not edited. Honestly, it is a gem. It really makes you feel like you're just a fly in the room and just looking at him while he makes his song. So you can really see everything. You see his struggles, you see his thought process, you see everything, his workflow. Like, this is really amazing. So after watching the video, I started on my own song. And this time I wanted to go for something like with deeper lyrics and more meaning in the song and a more advanced chord progression, just a more advanced song overall. I wanted to talk about mental health struggle, but in a very hopeful and inspirational way. This is why I chose a very hopeful chord progression, a melodic piano, and a very powerful orchestral drums type of vibe. For this one, once again, for the instruments, I was really inspired and it went pretty quick. I also wanted, as I said, to use more advanced music production skills, or songwriting, so I think in the end I had 3 or 4 different chord progressions for a different part of the songs. For now, unfortunately, I only had time to finish the instrumental, as at the end of August I had to move apartments, so for a couple weeks I had to put music on the side. Once I will be done to be settled in the apartment, I will go back at it and write the lyrics and record the vocals, which I think will speak about mental health struggles, because I think it affects way more people than we know. And obviously I will upload this one too on this YouTube channel, but for now here's a little snippet of the instrumental. So one of the main questions I received is it worth the money? For me, totally yes. For beginners or intermediate people that want to learn more about songwriting and music production, it is amazing. You learn so much. Blanks is also a really good teacher and really talented, so you can learn a lot from him. But obviously, for it to be worth the money, you have to be serious about it and commit to that 1 month of learning. Take the advantage of the structure, really respect the assignments to really push yourself, and you'll see great result and progress. Another thing I got asked is Blanks teaching more about mixing and mastering than Kaigo? The answer is yes. He definitely shows you more, he explains what the effect is gonna do or what the buttons do, but it's still quite basics. I still learned a lot from it, for example, now I really understand compression and what each buttons do. But for the mastering part, for example, he also uses a mastering or mix engineer for releasing his songs, but he does show you the mastering chain that he uses for his songs on YouTube, so it's still interesting. If you follow me since the beginning in January, you'll probably remember that I was completely disappointed about the peer group in the Kaigo's class. But this time, the peer group was amazing. I got really lucky. There wasn't a lot of people, I don't really know why, and not a lot were active in my group, but the little people that were actually active were really helpful. They were super motivating and always here to listen to your track or give feedback, so yeah, it was really great. But obviously, as the class continued, the less and less people were active, but I think it's kind of the same in music in general. So that's why I'm telling you that if you take it, just be serious about it. So overall, it is a great introduction to songwriting. Before this class, I never thought that I would be able to write some lyrics or sing on my own songs. I really thought that I could have never find any vocal melodies, because on my own I really had trouble with this. But following his process, I somehow did, which was amazing. So yeah, I definitely got what I wanted from this class. One thing I also preferred here with Blanks is that he's a really good teacher. He knows how to teach. So it's really easy to follow his process and understand what he's teaching. Then once again, same as the Kaigo class, monthly structure is really amazing to be productive and efficient. Hell, you make 3 songs in 1 month. Me on my own, it's more 3 months to do 1 song, so it is amazing. So in the end, if I would have to choose between both, I'd say I preferred the one with Blanks, but both are good for different reasons and intended for different people. I think I'm also glad that I did them in this order, where I took the Kygo masterclass first and then Blanks, because I thought Kygo's was more for beginners and then Blanks a bit more advanced, adding the songwriting to it as well. But yeah, overall I had so much fun in this class. I created so much music. I am really happy with it, and yeah, totally recommend it. Alright, so I know I talked a lot in this video, but I really wanted to take you with me in this experience and share everything about it. I hope that now you know more about it and can decide if it would be a good fit or not for yourself. And if you do, don't forget that you can have 20% off using my link in the description for any monthly classes. I will be starting to release those 3 songs one by one in October on my YouTube channel, so subscribe if you don't want to miss them. And in the meantime, you can check these videos to learn more about the Kygo monthly class, but keep learning and I'll see you in 2 weeks.